Jerry Seinfeld. Let's start with the man at the center of it all, Jerry Seinfeld. Portrayed by comedian Jerry Seinfeld himself, the character of Jerry Seinfeld was the heart of the show. Playing a fictionalized version of himself, Jerry brought his real-life stand-up comedy persona to the small screen, giving audiences a glimpse into the life of a successful New York City comedian. The show revolves around Jerry's day-to-day experiences, which often serve as a springboard for the show's humor. From his keen observational comedy to his witty one-liners, Jerry's character is known for his sharp sense of humor and his unique perspective on the absurdities of everyday life. Jerry's apartment serves as the show's central hub, where much of the action unfolds. Whether he's hosting his eccentric friends or dealing with his own quirky issues, Jerry is often the voice of reason amidst the chaos. He's the straight man in a world filled with oddballs, and his reactions to the antics of his friends are a key part of what makes the show so funny. Yet, despite his relatively grounded demeanor, Jerry isn't without his own peculiarities. His obsession with cleanliness, his meticulous nature, and his love of Superman are just a few of the traits that make him such a memorable character. When Seinfeld first premiered in 1989, Jerry Seinfeld was 35 years old. Now, at the age of 70, Jerry has remained a prominent figure in the world of comedy. After Seinfeld ended, Jerry returned to his first love, stand-up comedy. He has continued to perform regularly, honing his craft and keeping audiences laughing with his sharp, observational humor. In addition to his stand-up career, Jerry has also explored other creative ventures. One of his most successful projects post-Seinfeld has been the web series Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee, where he interviews fellow comedians while driving around in classic cars and, of course, getting coffee. The show has been praised for its relaxed conversational style and has featured some of the biggest names in comedy. Cosmo Kramer. Next, we have Cosmo Kramer, one of the most beloved characters on Seinfeld. Portrayed by Michael Richards, Kramer is Jerry Seinfeld's eccentric neighbor who is known for his wild hair, quirky behavior, and outrageous schemes. From the moment he bursts into Jerry's apartment without knocking, a trademark entrance that became one of the show's most iconic running gags, Kramer is a whirlwind of energy and unpredictability. His offbeat ideas and unconventional lifestyle make him a constant source of comic relief, and his interactions with the other characters often lead to some of the show's most memorable moments. Kramer is a character like no other. He's a man of many talents, with a knack for coming up with bizarre inventions and get-rich-quick schemes, most of which are doomed to fail but are always hilariously entertaining. Whether he's launching his own pizza business where customers make their own pies, trying to bottle and sell a perfume that smells like the beach, or hosting a talk show in his apartment, Kramer's antics are as unpredictable as they are funny. Despite his outlandish behavior, there's a certain charm and innocence to Kramer that makes him endearing. He's a loyal friend, always there for Jerry, George, and Elaine, even if his help often creates more problems than it solves. Michael Richards, who brought Kramer to life, was 40 years old when Seinfeld premiered. Today, he is 75 years old. Richards' portrayal of Kramer earned him widespread acclaim, including 3 Primetime Emmy Awards for Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Comedy Series. His physical comedy, impeccable timing, and ability to make even the most absurd situations seem believable are what made Kramer such an unforgettable character. However, after Seinfeld ended, Richards' career took a different path. He stepped back from the spotlight, and while he has made a few appearances on television since then, he has largely remained out of the public eye. Despite his limited presence in the entertainment industry in recent years, Michael Richards' portrayal of Kramer remains one of the most iconic performances in television history. Kramer is a character who continues to be loved by fans, and his influence on comedy is still felt today. The combination of Kramer's eccentric personality and Richards' comedic genius made for a character that is truly one of a kind. George Costanza. Moving on, let's talk about George Costanza, one of the central characters in Seinfeld. Portrayed by Jason Alexander, George is Jerry Seinfeld's best friend and is known for his neurotic, self-deprecating, and often scheming personality. George is a character who is constantly dissatisfied with his life, whether it's his job, his relationships, or his social status. His insecurities and frequent misfortunes make him a relatable character, and his elaborate lies and excuses, which he uses to navigate life's challenges, often lead to comical disasters. George's character is a study in contrasts. On one hand, he's a master of self-sabotage, often making his own life more difficult through his schemes and deceptions. On the other hand, he's a survivor, always managing to bounce back from even the most disastrous situations. His relationship with his overbearing parents, Frank and Estelle, adds another layer of comedy to the series. The constant bickering between George and his parents, combined with George's tendency to blame them for his problems, creates some of the show's funniest and most memorable moments. Jason Alexander, who was 30 years old when Seinfeld premiered, brought a unique blend of humor and vulnerability to the role of George. Today, at 64 years old, Alexander is still recognized as one of the most talented comedic actors of his generation. His portrayal of George earned him multiple award nominations, and he became one of the most memorable characters in television history. After Seinfeld, Alexander continued to work in television, film, and theater, showcasing his versatility as an actor. He has appeared in a variety of roles, from dramatic performances to voice work in animated series, proving that his talent extends far beyond the confines of George Costanza. In addition to his acting career, Jason Alexander has also been involved in directing and producing, further demonstrating his range and creativity in the entertainment industry. While George Costanza remains his most iconic role, Alexander has continued to evolve as an artist, taking on new challenges and exploring different aspects of his craft. His contributions to comedy and television are undeniable, and his work continues to be appreciated by audiences around the world. Elaine Benes. Now let's talk about Elaine Benes, one of the most dynamic characters on Seinfeld. Portrayed by Julia Louis-Dreyfus, Elaine is Jerry Seinfeld's ex-girlfriend and close friend. She is known for her sharp wit, strong opinions, and independent spirit. Unlike the other characters, Elaine is more socially and professionally ambitious, though she often finds herself in absurd situations. Her dynamic personality and frequent romantic entanglements add depth and humor to the show, making her a standout character in the series. Elaine's character is unique in that she brings a different energy to the group. While Jerry, George, and Kramer often find themselves caught up in trivial or self-inflicted problems, Elaine is more grounded, with real-world ambitions and challenges. However, her attempts to navigate the complexities of modern life are often thwarted by the ridiculous situations she finds herself in. Whether it's dealing with a quirky boss, navigating the dating scene, or trying to maintain her dignity in the face of absurdity, Elaine's struggles are both relatable and hilarious. Julia Louis-Dreyfus was 29 years old when Seinfeld premiered in 1989. Today, she is 63 years old. Louis-Dreyfus' performance as Elaine earned her critical acclaim, including an Emmy Award. After Seinfeld, she continued to enjoy a successful career, starring in hit shows like The New Adventures of Old Christine and Veep. Her portrayal of Selina Meyer in Veep earned her multiple Emmy Awards and solidified her status as one of the most celebrated actresses in television history. Louis-Dreyfus's success post-Seinfeld is a testament to her talent and versatility as an actress. She has proven time and again that she can excel in both comedy and drama, and her performances have been praised for their depth, nuance, and humor. In addition to her work on television, Louis-Dreyfus has also been involved in film and activism, using her platform to support various causes and make a positive impact in the world. Elaine Benes remains one of the most beloved characters in Seinfeld, and Julia Louis-Dreyfus's portrayal of her is a key reason why the show has endured in popularity. Elaine's sharp wit, independent spirit, and relatable struggles make her a character that resonates with audiences, and her influence on television comedy is still felt today. Ruthie Cohen, portrayed by Ruth Cohen, was a recurring character in Seinfeld who played the role of the cashier at Monk's Cafe, the central hangout spot for Jerry, George, Elaine, and Kramer. Ruthie's character, although not one of the main cast, brought a sense of realism and continuity to the show, providing a familiar face in the background of many scenes at the cafe. Known for her no-nonsense attitude and witty banter, Ruthie often had brief but memorable interactions with the main characters, adding to the charm of Monk's Cafe as the group's regular meeting place. Ruth Cohen was born on January 28, 1930, and was 62 years old when she first appeared on Seinfeld. Her character provided a relatable, everyday presence amidst the show's eccentric characters, contributing to the series' enduring appeal. While Ruthie Cohen didn't have many lines, her consistent presence made her a recognizable and beloved part of the Seinfeld universe. Ruth Cohen continued to appear in the series until it ended in 1998, making her one of the most frequently appearing background characters on the show. Sadly, Ruth Cohen passed away on August 23, 2008, at the age of 78. Her legacy, however, lives on through her role as Ruthie Cohen, and she is fondly remembered by fans for her contributions to the Seinfeld series. Ruthie's character may not have been a major player in the series, but her presence added to the overall atmosphere of Seinfeld. Ruth Cohen's portrayal of the no-nonsense cashier at Monk's Cafe helped to create a sense of place and continuity in the show, making her a beloved part of the Seinfeld experience. Newman. No discussion of Seinfeld would be complete without mentioning Newman, one of the show's most memorable, recurring characters. Portrayed by Wayne Knight, Newman is Jerry Seinfeld's eccentric and conniving postal worker neighbor. Known for his distinctive laugh and his antagonistic relationship with Jerry, Newman is a character who adds a unique blend of humor and mischief to the show. Newman is the perfect foil to Jerry's more straightforward personality. Where Jerry is calm and collected, Newman is devious and unpredictable. His schemes and manipulations often involve Jerry and his friends, leading to some of the show's most hilarious moments. Whether he's conspiring with Kramer, causing trouble for Jerry, or simply being his eccentric self, Newman is a character who never fails to entertain. Wayne Knight, who was born on August 7, 1955, was 37 to 43 years old during his time on Seinfeld. Today, he is 69 years old. Throughout the series, Knight's portrayal of Newman became iconic, with his character's distinctive traits and catchphrases becoming a beloved part of the Seinfeld universe. After Seinfeld, Knight continued to work in television, film, and voice acting, appearing in a variety of roles that showcased his versatility as an actor. Newman's character added a layer of unpredictability and humor to Seinfeld, and Wayne Knight's performance is still fondly remembered by fans. Whether you love to hate him or just loved him for his antics, Newman is a character who left a lasting impression on the show and continues to be a fan favorite. Susan Ross. Susan Ross, portrayed by Heidi Swedberg, is another character who played a significant role in Seinfeld. Susan is George Costanza's girlfriend and later fiancée, known for her earnest but somewhat annoying personality, which often clashes with George's neurotic tendencies. Susan's character is pivotal in several storylines, including the infamous plot involving toxic glue from cheap wedding invitations, which ultimately leads to her untimely death. Susan is a character who brings out the worst in George, often highlighting his flaws and insecurities. Their relationship is fraught with tension, misunderstandings, and George's constant attempts to escape the commitments he feels trapped by. Despite her good intentions, Susan's interactions with George are marked by a sense of inevitability, as their relationship is clearly doomed from the start. Heidi Swedberg was born on March 3, 1966, and was 26 years old when she first appeared on Seinfeld. As of now, Swedberg is 58 years old. Her portrayal of Susan Ross left a lasting impact on the show's narrative, highlighting the often absurd nature of George's relationships and contributing to the sitcom's exploration of social and romantic dynamics. While Susan's character met a tragic end on the show, Heidi Swedberg's performance made her a memorable part of the Seinfeld universe. Her character's interactions with George added depth to the series, and her role in the infamous wedding invitation storyline remains one of the most talked about moments in the show's history. Estelle Costanza. Estelle Costanza, portrayed by Estelle Harris, is another standout character from Seinfeld. As the overbearing and highly animated mother of George Costanza, Estelle brought a distinct comedic flair to the show. Her character is known for her loud voice, dramatic expressions, and frequent conflicts with her husband, Frank Costanza, and her son, George. Estelle's interactions were often a source of humor, adding depth to the Costanza family dynamic. Estelle is a character who is larger than life. Her constant nagging, over-the-top reactions, and unwavering belief that she knows what's best for George create some of the show's funniest and most memorable moments. Her relationship with George is one of the most complex and entertaining on the show, as she simultaneously exasperates and loves her son in equal measure. Estelle Harris, born on April 4, 1928, was 64 years old when she first appeared as Estelle Costanza in 1994. Her portrayal of the character quickly became iconic, contributing significantly to the show's humor and success. Estelle Harris passed away on April 2, 2022, at the age of 93. Her vibrant performances and unforgettable role as Estelle Costanza left a lasting impact on fans and the world of television comedy. Estelle's character remains one of the most beloved in Seinfeld, and Estelle Harris's performance is a big reason why. Her ability to bring humor and heart to the role of George's overbearing mother made her a fan favorite, and her legacy in television comedy is secure. Frank Costanza, portrayed by Jerry Stiller, is another unforgettable character from Seinfeld. As the loud, eccentric, and often irascible father of George Costanza, Frank is known for his explosive temper, his inventive holiday traditions like Festivus, and his frequent clashes with his wife, Estelle. Frank's larger-than-life personality and humorous grievances made him a fan favorite and added a unique dynamic to the Costanza family. Frank is a character who is full of contradictions. On the one hand, he's a man of strong opinions and unyielding stubbornness, but on the other hand, he's also deeply caring, especially when it comes to his son George. His interactions with George often involve imparting his peculiar brand of wisdom, which is usually delivered in the form of a rant. Whether he's extolling the virtues of Festivus, berating George for his life choices, or getting into arguments with Estelle, Frank is a character who never fails to make an impact. Jerry Stiller, born on June 8, 1927, was 66 years old when he began playing Frank Costanza in 1994. His portrayal of the character was celebrated for its energy and comedic timing, which significantly enhanced the show's humor. Jerry Stiller passed away on May 11, 2020, at the age of 92. His memorable performance as Frank Costanza remains a beloved aspect of Seinfeld, and his legacy continues to resonate with fans. Frank Costanza is a character who has left an indelible mark on television comedy, and Jerry Stiller's performance is a big reason why. His ability to bring humor and heart to the role of George's father made him a fan favorite, and his legacy in television comedy is secure. Helen Seinfeld, portrayed by Liz Sheridan, is another cherished character from Seinfeld. As the loving and supportive mother of Jerry Seinfeld, Helen is known for her warmth, kindness, and frequent appearances with her husband Morty. Her character is often involved in comedic scenarios with Jerry, showcasing a caring, albeit sometimes overbearing, parental presence that adds depth to the show's dynamics. Helen is a character who embodies the traditional caring mother figure. She's always concerned about Jerry's well-being, often fussing over him and offering advice, even when it's not necessarily wanted. Her interactions with Jerry are marked by a genuine affection and a humorous touch, as she tries to navigate the complexities of modern life while still holding on to her old-fashioned values. Liz Sheridan, born on April 10, 1929, was 61 years old when she began playing Helen Seinfeld in 1990. Her portrayal was marked by a gentle humor and warmth that made her character a beloved part of the show. Liz Sheridan passed away on April 15, 2022, at the age of 93. Her role as Helen Seinfeld remains a cherished part of Seinfeld, and her contributions to the series are fondly remembered by fans. Helen Seinfeld is a character who brought a sense of stability and comfort to the chaotic world of Seinfeld, and Liz Sheridan's performance is a big reason why. Her ability to bring humor and heart to the role of Jerry's mother made her a fan favorite, and her legacy in television comedy is secure. J. Peterman, portrayed by John O'Hurley, is another memorable character from Seinfeld. As the eccentric and flamboyant owner of the J. Peterman catalog, where Elaine Benes works as an assistant, Peterman is known for his grandiose storytelling, obscure references, and quirky fashion sense. His character adds a layer of absurdity and whimsy to the show, often engaging in elaborate and offbeat antics that reflect his larger-than-life persona. Peterman is a character who is full of contradictions. On the one hand, he's a man of strong opinions and unyielding stubbornness, but on the other hand, he's also deeply caring, especially when it comes to his employees. His interactions with Elaine often involve imparting his peculiar brand of wisdom, which is usually delivered in the form of a rant. Whether he's extolling the virtues of Festivus, berating Elaine for her life choices, or getting into arguments with others, Peterman is a character who never fails to make an impact. John O'Hurley, born on October 9, 1954, was 41 years old during his tenure on the show. Currently, O'Hurley is 69 years old. His portrayal of J. Peterman remains one of the most memorable and humorous aspects of Seinfeld, contributing significantly to the show's unique comedic flavor and creating a lasting impression with his distinctive style and idiosyncrasies. Peterman is a character who has left an indelible mark on television comedy, and John O'Hurley's performance is a big reason why. His ability to bring humor and heart to the role of Elaine's boss made him a fan favorite, and his legacy in television comedy is secure. Morty Seinfeld, portrayed by Barney Martin, is another notable character from Seinfeld. As the father of Jerry Seinfeld, Morty is depicted as a retired, somewhat cranky but lovable individual who frequently appeared alongside his wife Helen. His character was known for his complaints about various aspects of modern life, his obsession with his executive jacket, and his humorous interactions with Jerry and others. Morty's eccentricities and endearing personality contributed to the show's rich comedic landscape. Morty is a character who is full of contradictions. On the one hand, he's a man of strong opinions and unyielding stubbornness. But on the other hand, he's also deeply caring, especially when it comes to his son Jerry. His interactions with Jerry often involve imparting his peculiar brand of wisdom, which is usually delivered in the form of a rant. Whether he's extolling the virtues of Festivus, berating Jerry for his life choices, or getting into arguments with Helen, Morty is a character who never fails to make an impact. Barney Martin, born on March 3, 1923, was 68 years old when he began playing Morty Seinfeld in 1990. His portrayal of the character was celebrated for its energy and comedic timing, which significantly enhanced the show's humor. Barney Martin passed away on March 21, 2005, at the age of 82. His memorable performance as Morty Seinfeld remains a beloved aspect of Seinfeld, and his legacy continues to resonate with fans. Morty Seinfeld is a character who has left an indelible mark on television comedy, and Barney Martin's performance is a big reason why. His ability to bring humor and heart to the role of Jerry's father made him a fan favorite, and his legacy in television comedy is secure. Uncle Leo, portrayed by Len Lesser, is another memorable character from Seinfeld. As Jerry Seinfeld's quirky and often over-enthusiastic uncle, Leo was known for his frequent visits, his tendency to complain about minor grievances, and his iconic catchphrase, "Jerry, hello!" His character often found himself entangled in humorous situations, adding to the show's comedic richness. Leo is a character who is full of contradictions. On the one hand, he's a man of strong opinions and unyielding stubbornness, but on the other hand, he's also deeply caring, especially when it comes to his nephew Jerry. His interactions with Jerry often involve imparting his peculiar brand of wisdom, which is usually delivered in the form of a rant. Whether he's extolling the virtues of Festivus, berating Jerry for his life choices, or getting into arguments with others, Leo is a character who never fails to make an impact. Len Lesser, born on December 3, 1922, was 66 years old when he first appeared as Uncle Leo in 1992. His portrayal of the character was marked by a distinctive blend of humor and charm, making Uncle Leo a fan favorite. Len Lesser passed away on February 16, 2011, at the age of 88. His role as Uncle Leo remains a beloved part of Seinfeld, and his comedic contributions continue to be fondly remembered by fans of the series. Leo is a character who has left an indelible mark on television comedy, and Len Lesser's performance is a big reason why. His ability to bring humor and heart to the role of Jerry's uncle made him a fan favorite, and his legacy in television comedy is secure. Mr. Wilhelm, portrayed by Richard Hurd, is another notable character from Seinfeld. As the stern and often exasperated New York Yankees assistant to the general manager, Wilhelm's character is known for his no-nonsense attitude and his interactions with George Costanza, who worked briefly for the Yankees. Wilhelm's role often involved dealing with George's various blunders and adding a layer of comedic tension to George's tumultuous career aspirations. Wilhelm is a character who is full of contradictions. On the one hand, he's a man of strong opinions and unyielding stubbornness, but on the other hand, he's also deeply caring, especially when it comes to his employees. His interactions with George often involve imparting his peculiar brand of wisdom, which is usually delivered in the form of a rant. Whether he's extolling the virtues of Festivus, berating George for his life choices, or getting into arguments with others, Wilhelm is a character who never fails to make an impact. Richard Hurd, born on September 26, 1932, was 59 years old when he began playing Wilhelm in 1994. His portrayal was marked by a commanding presence and dry humor, which complemented the show's comedic style. Richard Hurd passed away on May 26, 2020, at the age of 87. His role as Mr. Wilhelm remains a memorable part of Seinfeld, and his performance is fondly remembered by fans for its humor and distinctive character. Wilhelm is a character who has left an indelible mark on television comedy, and Richard Hurd's performance is a big reason why. His ability to bring humor and heart to the role of George's boss made him a fan favorite, and his legacy in television comedy is secure. Mr. Lipman, portrayed by Richard Fancy, is another notable character from Seinfeld. As Mr. Lipman, he was the demanding and often exacting boss of George Costanza during his tenure at the New York Yankees and later at the Peterman catalog. Lipman's character was known for his sharp business acumen and occasionally difficult demeanor, creating comedic tension and contributing to George's frequent work-related misadventures. Lipman is a character who is full of contradictions. On the one hand, he's a man of strong opinions and unyielding stubbornness, but on the other hand, he's also deeply caring, especially when it comes to his employees. His interactions with George often involve imparting his peculiar brand of wisdom, which is usually delivered in the form of a rant. Whether he's extolling the virtues of his business philosophy, berating George for his work performance, or navigating the quirky dynamics of the workplace, Mr. Lipman is a character who adds a unique element of humor and tension to the show. Richard Fancy, born on July 29, 1943, was 48 years old when he first appeared as Mr. Lipman in 1994. His portrayal of the character was marked by a blend of authority and subtle humor, fitting well within the show's comedic framework. Today, Richard Fancy is 81 years old and continues to be remembered fondly for his role as Mr. Lipman on Seinfeld. His performance added an extra layer of depth to the show's depiction of the work environment and the often absurd situations that arise within it. Mr. Lipman is a character who has left a lasting impact on Seinfeld fans, and Richard Fancy's performance is a key reason why. His ability to portray a demanding yet humorous boss made him a memorable part of the Seinfeld universe, and his legacy in television comedy is well established.